Kieran McKenna will be pleased that he came not cup-tied, which is good news.
So often we're seeing about goalkeepers now in terms of one of the biggest parts of their games, how good they're on the ball. He's been tested early already.
Oh, Townsend with a lovely little ball in, and Broadhead's back header.
Recent defeat to United.
Elanga's corner, oh, that's so close. That is so close from Sangare.
The pace is on an outswinging corner. Sangare just gets across his marker, just looking to get a glance. It's too thin on the contact. Palmer's relieved to see that go past that far post.
It's not got the legs on it for Broadhead, it's cut out, and Yates can get it wide to Callum Hudson-Odoi. His cross, glanced away by Johnson, and lifted over the top of the crossbar.
And the ball breaks to Moreno, edge of the box. There's enough time to settle himself and get a good touch, get his sight, but unfortunately it's always rising.
I like Moreno, I thought he did really well at the time, but struggling to really be creative in the final third. That's a nice ball, Hudson-Odoi into Anthony Elanga, Awani in the middle. It's chested down by Moreno, it's Danilo, it's a good block by Wolfenden. Hit it well.
And the crowd are reacting, Forest are trying to force it just before half-time.
And he got a foot in, and Hudson-Odoi will collect. Awani making a run ahead of him, Hudson-Odoi. Good driving run by Callum Hudson-Odoi. Finds Anthony Elanga. Elanga's shot, good save. Palmer did well.
What a brilliant save that is. Broke so quickly. Hudson-Odoi, Luengo had to let him go because of the fact he's on a booking. Reads it brilliantly, strong right hand as the ball just bounces off the turf.
Sangare here for Forest, Danilo. That's on target too.
It certainly feels like it's up in the second half, just 5 minutes into it.
Morsey. Morsey, nicely done. And that's a really good strike, tipped over.
Brilliant play to receive the ball, just lets that ball run across his body, drives forward and cuts through the ball. Sels has to stay honest, wasn't quite sure where that ball's going and just fingertips it over the bar. What a strike.
Beautifully, Ipswich with the corner. Ben Johnson to take this. Towards the back post, the header's in! George Hurst puts Ipswich Town in front. They've been much sprightlier in the second half, Ipswich. And the FA Cup is putting big, wide smiles back on Ipswich faces. They lead at the City Ground.
But it felt like Ipswich had players queuing up at this back post. Floated ball seems to take all of the Forest team out of the occasion in terms of competing for the ball. And this O'Shea does brilliantly in terms of pinning Yates. Look at him take him under the ball, O'Shea 26, stopping him getting back to compete. Allows Hurst to come round the back, especially in this second half.
Elanga's free kick, dipping, headed away. Elliot Anderson. Look how many blue jerseys there are back as it's drifted in again by Elanga. Yates! It's one apiece. Ryan Yates with a header. To dream of a ball, just needed to get some contact on it. The captain did, and we're all square.
And we're looking at the reaction of the three centre-backs for Ipswich. And when a ball comes into your box in your 6-yard line there, either the centre-backs have got to be able to head it or the goalkeeper's got to come and take it. And both of them do neither. And as a result, Yates, as we've seen him so often attacking the box, gets a free header where he should never get one. And he's got his team back in this game. It's one apiece.
More of an attacking threat in the second half that they were in the first. You wouldn't bet against them scoring again. O'Shea's ball in! Well, normally when a commentator says something, the opposite happens.
Floated delivery by Taylor. And Hurts just gets across the front of his defender, but at the last moment it just looks like Rad just leans.
Won a game in the conventional sense of the word since they beat Brighton here 7-0. Gibbs White into Elanga. His pass has forced Elanga wide. There's three in the middle though. And a better pass from there, Gibbs White, and Elanga would have had an effort on goal.
It just looked like he had to scoop it with the outside of his boot, and doing so just overcooks it a little bit.
He's reached that though. Oh, Awani, his little attempt to drag it back into the net didn't quite come off. And that drive from Elliot Anderson fizzes wide.
Well, the energy's in this game now from both teams, from both supporters. Elanga hits that ball, and I didn't think he was going to get there, but he's so quick over that 5 or 6 yards, cuts it back to Awani, just doesn't get the flick he was looking for. Anderson hits through it, but it's just curling all the time away from that.
Murillo got something on it, Anderson too, and Yates again! Offside, it's not going to count. It'll be checked, but there aren't great celebrations.
I think his reaction, he kind of knows himself. Ball comes in. And it was Johnson at 18 who played him onside for the first goal. Not sure he does on that occasion.
No. No, I think that's pretty clear cut.
Gonna have to be something special from Gibbs White in these areas. Ipswich back defending. He strikes Murillo.
Oh, what a super strike that was. Very strong hand from Palmer. Great hit.
And even Williams coming on left back as a right footer will took that type of delivery into him.
Corner kick is played short to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Curling and hitting the bar. It's a great effort.
Jack Clarke is naive. He should know that Hudson-Odoi has that quality in his right foot. Do not allow him back inside to get sight of the goal.
With the block, Heister did well actually. He's hooked it somehow into the path of Jack Clarke here. And Morsey will hit it. Outside of the boot and just around the post. Great composure.
Work it so well. Jack gets his head up, finds a space for Morsey. Comes back outside of the right foot. Because Sels commits to the dive. You feel it's closer than it actually was in the end.
Yeah, it didn't bend anything like enough, really. Taylor standing to the left of the ball, Townsend to the right. The wall is poised, it's Townsend! And it's straight into the broad chest of Matt Sels. Murillo. Stooping header, might have another go here, he does! Hudson-Odoi flashing wide of the post.
Ball breaking to him, Milan to try and bend it into that far corner. Looks over his shoulder initially, it's a poor clearance, just can't quite settle the ball, it's still bouncing when he takes the strike on.
So frustrated to go first, facing Alex Palmer. Oh, 1-0 Forest. Palmer went the right way, but there's just so much pace on it. So Sam Morsey for Ipswich Town, facing Matt Sels. A very, very casual run-up and a very good penalty.
Brilliant penalty, just slows his run down, looked like he's side-footed into the goalkeeper's left, recognises he goes that way, just closes the foot into the opposite corner.
Beautifully done.
Really took his time.
This to make it 2-2. And he does. Anderson against Palmer. Oh, another good penalty. High quality penalty kicks.
Palmer's actually gone.
With each penalty that goes in, the next taker just has that pressure ramp up a notch, as if it wasn't enough already. Kayusta seems to be in a hurry and puts it in the net. It's 3-3. Deep breath, puff of the cheeks. It'll be right-footed, and it's in.
Standard of the penalties has been so high.
Johnson into the net. 4 each. Callum Hudson-Odoi for Nottingham Forest, Alex Palmer for Ipswich. Hudson-Odoi scores. This is to keep them in the cup. A player who's played in all 5 top leagues in English football. And it's saved! And Nottingham Forest are into the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Sels with the save. You have to feel for Taylor. He is the only man to err from the penalty spot. The last of 10 is the first to be saved. And it's Nottingham Forest who are going to Brighton and Hove Albion in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup.